I was right. They did reveal it today. Alright guys, we're going to make this two separate videos. This one we're going to react to the skills live, and then in the next one we will react to the spoiler. Unfortunately, I don't want to react to somebody else's video. I'd like you to go watch their videos since they are the ones sponsored by Konami. So I'm kind of waiting until Wikipedia updates its spoiler. I just checked a second ago, it's still not updated, but I did screenshot the skills from the end of one of the videos without reading them. I know this one's on the screen, I haven't read it yet, but bear with me as we go through these and react. It seems to be there are 12 skills in this box, which I guess makes sense, right, because it's a half box. So starting off, we are going to go off with this Jaden skill called Straight Out of Neospace. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one Elemental Hero Neos from your hand. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon except Elemental Hero or Neospatian monsters. Right off the bat, that sounds pretty solid. I don't know yet if this is once per duel or not, but nevertheless, very interesting. Also, so it makes Neos like Cyber Dragon. That's actually pretty cool. And then you're locked in Elemental Heroes or Neospatians, but like, that's the deck, right? During your end phase, if a fusion monster you control is returned to the extra deck via usually a Neos monster, you can special summon one Elemental Hero Neos from your deck. Oh wow, okay. This is not once per duel. Is this even once per turn? So if your opponent's a monster and you don't, you can drop a Neos from your hand, and it's for the rest of the turn. So actually, if beforehand you were to summon non-Neospatians or heroes, you could do so, and then you get that extra effect as well, where if a fusion monster is returned to the extra deck, you could special summon an Eos from your deck. I gotta admit, that seems pretty solid, and for neither effect to be have any restriction actually at all, out of the gate, this is pretty nuts. See, I want skills like this, where like you read them and you're like, yeah, we could mess with that. We're definitely gonna mess with that. All right. Second one, Dig Site Inspection. It's a gym skill. We knew we were getting gym in this. Once per turn, during your draw phase, before you draw, you can excavate the top card of your deck and place it on the top or bottom of the deck. After you placed a second card to the bottom of the deck with this skill, flip this card over. Correct me if I'm wrong, this just seems generic. Once per turn, during your draw phase, before you draw, you can excavate the top card and place it on the top or bottom of the deck. So like you can kind of see what you're going to get. And if you don't like it, throw it at the bottom so you could draw a different card. After you placed a second card at the bottom of your deck with this skill. I like how that's worded because technically you can keep going with this. You could swap the first one to the bottom, and then you could keep using this to look at the top. Well, I guess that really only means it works once. Well, it works twice. It doesn't say once per duel. I don't think there's a way to flip a skill, but if there ever was, and you could reflip this later. And then keep going. That'd be interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Does this do anything with fossils? I'm actually not too familiar with the fossil-specific monsters. I just know like the generic ones, like Fossil Dino. Okay, next card. Invitation to the Society. That referring to the Society of Light. The cult that Sartorius basically creates. It's a society skill. Okay. If your opponent's monster is equipped with White Veil you control, take control of that monster while it's equipped with White Veil. Alright, so it makes White Veil Snatch Steal. That's interesting. You can only attack with monsters equipped with White Veil. Okay, there's a bit of a downside. But, nonetheless, if you made an Armed Dragon deck, per se, with Armed Dragon level 10 White, this not only does what White Veil does now, but lets you take control of the monster you equip with the White Veil. I don't know, that's interesting. I don't know, after reading the Jaden skill, I'm like, is everything going to be an insane banger like that? I mean, maybe this is good. I don't know. We'll wait to see. Moki Moki Madness. Oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. What do we got? We got the Balowski skill. Apply the following. God, there's so much text on this. Apply the following skill. If all monsters you control are Moki Moki, minimum 1. Effect monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned. Alright, so Moki Moki makes it so everything has summoning sickness. Bet. Moving on. Once per duel. Oh, God. If you control 2 or more fairy monsters, you can place one Moki Moki continuous spell from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone. What Moi Moi? Continuous spell. I'm probably just blanking. And if you do, destroy one monster you control. Okay. Also, once per duel. Oh my god. Once per duel, you can discard one card to fusion summon Moi Moi King from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. That's awesome. Again, I know nothing when it comes to like Moi Moi and how viable this is. Please let me know down below if down belowski. Oh god. Let me know if this is relevant at all. I'm not sure. Food Chain Hassleberry skill. Once per duel, you can apply one of these skills. Destroy one dinosaur or reptile monster you control, then special summon one dinosaur monster whose level is one higher from your hand or deck. I say. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong. That's like the evolution pills, right? And the other effect is you contribute summon one dinosaur monster by banishing 2 dinos. Oh, what? And or reptile monsters from your grave instead of attributing. It's treated as a tribute summon. See? Let's get more cards like this. So okay. The destroy a dinosaur or reptile monster you control allows you to trigger cards like Baby Ceratosaurus. I don't know if that's in here, but like that would be the concept, right? Then special summon a dinosaur monster's levels 1 higher from the hand or deck, and because it says deck, that's actually crazy. And then the other effect lets you tribute summon dinosaurs by banishing dinosaurs into reptiles from your grave instead of tributing, but it's still treated as a tribute. This is solid for dinos, I think. And it's once per turn. Yeah, no, that's crazy. So how come cards like that are once per turn, but cards like this are just essentially twice per duel? I guess redoing your draw every turn is kind of wild, but to me it's no different than like switcheroo in the game, and that was kind of bad. So who knows? Yo, we got a Zane skill. I'm for it, my boy. Cyberdark Scheme. Once per turn, you can activate one of these skills. God, there's so much text. I love it. Return one face-up or face-down Cyberdark monster you control to the hand. Reveal it if it is face-down. And if you do, immediately after this skill resolves, you can normal summon one Cyberdark monster. So, if maybe one of your Cyberdarks lost its equip or something, you can bounce it back to the hand, and then normal summon a Cyberdark, and essentially redo it. That's kind of cool, I like that. The other is, once per duel, send one monster card in your spell and trap zone, equipped to a Cyberdark fusion monster, to the grave, then equip one monster your opponent controls to that monster. What? Cyberdark fusion monsters gain attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped with skill. Yo, what? Holy crap. Oh, I love that. That's crazy. That's awesome. I didn't expect to get a Zane skill. Oh, wait. Does that mean there's Cyberdark support in here? Like in the extra cards? Oh, man. Come on, spoiler. Please update. I want to see. Cyberdark's like one of my favorite OG archetypes. Wow, alright. That's cool. We out here snatch stealing our opponent's monster, equipping it to our boy, and giving him attack. Oh, spot removal, baby. And then the other effect is just pretty solid. Alright, man. Oh, crap. So far, I'm pretty pumped for these skills. Major in Paleontology. Yo, let's get paleos, right? Once per turn, you can banish one card from your hand face down. Oh, God. Then place one dig counter on this skill max 1. If a face-up fossil fusion monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can place one dig counter on the skill max 1. Okay, so both ways you only get a counter max 1. Once per turn during your main phase, you can remove one dig counter from the skill to fusion summon one fossil fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from any graveyards except for materials with specific graveyard requirements listed. This is treated as a fusion summon with Fossil Fusion. Bro, like, why even play Fossil Fusion at that point? My god. Well, okay, I guess you have to work to get a dig counter. Well, you don't really. You either banish a card in your hand face down to get it the way you want to do, which is optimally, or if a face-up fusion monster... Well, I guess, okay, so, yeah, I guess the only time that's going to happen is if you've already used the first effect or played Fossil Fusion. Alright. Well, still... You get extra options here to drop your boys, so that's pretty cool. Shouldering a Destiny. Shouldering a Destiny? Shouldering Destiny? Why is in there? Aster skill Continuous Spell. When this card is activated, you can add one Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply the following effects. You cannot draw during your draw phase. Each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, you can make a second attack during each battle phase. Oh, so this is D-Force essentially. This is D-Force without giving us D-Force, but it's the skill. I don't know what the front of this says, but I imagine it's you can activate it whenever. I hope it's not one of those you activate at the beginning of the duel and you lose a card in your hand, because that to me is really crappy and promotes it to be destroyed before you can ever do anything relevant with it. But if it just lets you flip, actually I feel like with the fact that you can't draw while this is face up, then this should just be an activate whenever you want type card. Maybe it's not, because by that logic that's better than D-Force, because you always have it to start the game. I don't know. We'll have to wait to see what the front says. Dino Brain Immunity. Apply the following skills. The battle positions of dinosaur monsters cannot be changed by trap cards or effects. Why just the battle positions? Why not, like, dinosaurs are unaffected by trap? Well, I guess that'd be too good. Still, like, why just the battle positions? And then by that logic, why only traps? Why not throw in spells, since battle positions are already such a niche thing? Level 7 or higher, the other is if a level 7 or higher dinosaur monster on the field cannot be targeted by spells or... Oh, okay. Sure. Maybe. Wise Man Neos. Like Neos Wise Man. Jaden skill. Elements of hero Neos and fusion monsters that mention Neos as material gain the following effect. Before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the opponent's monster's original attack. So give it like a mini Flame Wingman effect as well. I guess so. I don't know. After reading the first Jaden skill, I'm not too impressed with this one. I'm sure you could shoulder some type of like burn strategy with this. I know Speed Duel players love to hear the word burn, but maybe it's good. Maybe I'm not. I guess we'd only know based on the cards that are in the set, and we don't know those yet. So, and I left the Sartorius ones for last on purpose. So let us start with Magician's Scales. Sartorius skill. Once per duel, you contribute 1 Arcana Force monster and add 1 normal spell from your deck to your hand. Also, for the rest of the duel, you cannot summon any monsters except Arcana Force monsters. Does that warrant that effect? You contribute an Arcana monster, add any spell, but for the rest of the duel, you are locked into only Arcana Force monsters. Clearly, you'd only be playing this in a pure Arcana Force deck, so that the downside doesn't matter. I guess it comes down to what normal spells can we add. And with that in mind, because it's once per duel, I'm not particularly a fan of this, but correct me if I'm wrong down below. I'm sure there's something busted I'm not thinking about. The other one is called Destructive Fate. Sartorius skill during your turn, when you would, here we go, toss the coins for the effect of a monster or spell once per turn for each card type. Oh, I like that. You may lose half your life to declare the result instead. Hell yeah, baby! Oh my god, I wanted a skill that let us choose our coin toss results. During the end phase of your third turn, flip this card over. That's probably fair, but you do lose half your life every time you call it, so like I don't actually know if that's fair. At that point, like, you might as well keep this up forever, not have that last downside. But like your life gets so low at some point, you know, you just ping your opponent and they're dead. But this is still awesome. I'm here for this. Oh man, hopefully this deck is good with this. Hopefully, it's really hard because the Arcana Force cards in general are very like very hit and miss. Because like one effect is good and one effect is bad. But even the good effect in today's game doesn't seem all that great. We'll have to see how it translates in Speed Duels. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so that is all the skills. I'm still a huge fan of this straight out of Neo Space one, straight out of Linwin, baby. Oh man, these have been good though. These have been good. If these have been good, hopefully the cards will be good. I know 90 of like the 100 cards I think in this box are new to Speed Duels, so that's exciting. I can't wait for the spoiler to drop. Like I said, I don't want to go on to the YouTube videos, the YouTubers that got the ability to open this early, because I don't want to like ping things off of that, because I don't think that's fair to them. I'd rather you go watch their stuff. So those spoilers are out now, but expect me to react to the set spoiler once something like Wikipedia updates or whatever. But guys, let me know what you think about these 12 skills down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
For more amazing speed duel content, subscribe to Yugi Bros. It's time to duel!